The morning light was soft. A simple woman in a yellow salwar suit walked toward the market. No one would have guessed that this ordinary woman was Chief Superintendent Meera Sharma. Meera had chosen this humble look on purpose. She did not want to draw attention. Lost in a memory, she muttered to herself, "Why don't they make omelets from the little breakfast van like before?" She turned a corner and found a small breakfast van. An older woman, thin and worn by years, maybe in her 50s, was selling eggs and frying omelets. Meera smiled and stepped up. "Grandma, 3 omelets, please," she said gently. The old woman nodded, warmed the pan, cracked the eggs, and soon handed Meera a steaming plate. Meera took a bite, and for a moment a simple childhood joy returned. Work had left little room for such small pleasures. This taste felt like home. At that moment, an officer and 2 constables arrived. The officer stomped toward the van and barked, "You owe money. Pay up now." The woman trembled. "Sir, it's early. There were only a few customers. Please, come back this evening. I'll pay you then." "I have nothing now." Her voice shook. The officer's face hardened. Without warning, he slapped her across the face. Meera's blood went cold. She stepped forward, steady and calm. "Inspector, what are you doing? You have no right to hit a woman who earns her bread honestly." The officer sneered. "Mind your business, miss. Keep away, or I'll have you arrested." He raised his voice. Meera did not back down. "There is no law that gives you the right to extort or assault the poor. You will answer for this." Enraged, the inspector slapped Meera hard. She fell but recovered quickly. The shame of the strike burned hotter than the pain. The officer turned back to the old woman, grabbed her collar, and threatened, "You better bring the money. If not, I'll smash this cart and make sure you can't trade here." Then, without mercy, he kicked the van. Eggs flew, shells cracked across the pavement. The old woman knelt, sobbing, picking up broken eggs with trembling hands. The officer raised his baton and struck her on the back. She screamed and begged, "Sir, please, I have nothing. I swear I will pay. Don't hurt me." Meera's patience snapped. "That's enough," she said sharply. "This ends now." The officer laughed and said, "You'll what? Report me? You'll be sorry." He shoved her away and walked off, leaving the woman shaking and humiliated. Meera helped the woman to her feet. "Are you all right?" she asked. The woman whispered, "Leave it, miss. They've done this for years. They'll come back. Nothing changes." Meera held the woman's hands and looked at her with fierce calm. "No, not this time. Rest at home. I will fix this." She went home. All night the scene replayed in her head, the uniform as a weapon, the cruelty in a man's eyes. She could not sleep. By dawn her resolve had hardened. She would bring them to account. The room was crowded the next morning. The officers laughed and shouted. The tone was casual until a woman entered the doorway. "Who is this?" sneered one of them. Inspector Jakor. Mohit, an uneasy constable, muttered, "Nothing, sir. She was the one speaking about the egg seller. I sent her away." Jakor walked over and looked me up and down, disdain clear on his face. "What's your name?" he demanded. "Meera Sharma," she said steadily. "I came to file a formal report." Jakor laughed. "We don't have time for this nonsense. Get out or I'll have you locked up." Meera held her ground. Jakor lost his temper. He shoved her roughly. She fell and hit her head on the table. The physical pain was small compared to the insult. A chief superintendent, someone who carries the weight of law, had been treated like a nuisance. Anger rose in Meera. She looked at them and said quietly but clearly, "You two will not drink a drop of water in peace after today." Jakor shoved her out and the constables jeered as she left, their laughter following her. Tears stung her eyes, but she swallowed them. "They'll pay for this," she whispered. "They won't forget." By first light, the town was stunned into silence. Sirens cut through the streets as police vehicles cleared the way. At the head of that convoy stopped a black official car. When the door opened, Chief Superintendent Meera Sharma stepped out. Today, in her proper uniform, cap neat, presence absolute, senior officers moved with her. The same constables who had mocked her the day before stood frozen. Inside the station, Jakor and Inspector Smith were hunched over files, confident their arrogance would shield them. They did not know their world was about to change. Meera walked in. Her eyes met Jakor's, and the memory of the shove flashed across his face. "Why do you look so pale?" she asked, voice flat. "Do you remember yesterday when I came to report the assault on that market seller and you threw me out? Today I am here in uniform, Chief Superintendent Meera Sharma." She held up her ID. The room quieted. "You have abused the vulnerable and broken the law," she said. "You will be held to account. Remove their uniforms and collect their service weapons." The constables, stunned, obeyed. Meera continued. "Take them to the market where they tortured that woman. Bring her forward. Make them apologize in public." Soon the whole market gathered, buzzing with curiosity. The old woman stood with her cracked van and a basket of fragile eggs. Meera walked to the center and addressed the crowd. "Listen," she said, "this is what happens to those who prey on the poor. Today they will make amends." Under the watchful eyes of everyone there, Jakor and Smith bowed their heads and mouthed apologies. But Meera was not finished. "Now," she commanded, "let them walk the length of this market wearing only white vests and short shorts, let the people see what abuse of power looks like. So the market watched as the two men, humiliated and sweating, ran the route while Mira's convoy and officers followed. People clapped. Children looked on. The shame was public and the outrage satisfied. When it was done, the crowd cheered. The old woman, still shaking, looked up at Mira. Mira knelt and kissed her hand. "Are you all right?" Mira asked softly. The woman nodded, a few tears falling, not from shame now, but from relief. As the caravan turned away and the market settled, Mira stood tall. Justice, she had decided, did not have to be violent to be effective. Today, dignity had been restored. If you like this story, please like, share and subscribe, and remember, power must serve the people, not crush them.